This is my 21 Park Chronicles.
Well, I took what I learned. The ingenuity, the class, the charisma, the steps, the movement, the hesitation, the wait, to be curious, very curious, to create an atmosphere.
I burn hot like lava, shoot hot in the...
John Ridley, a.k.a. Coobie, a.k.a. Baby Barkley. Yeah, this is where I was raised, right here. 930 East 225th. This is the home right here. The house, the home where I was raised. And this is it. So, growing up on this block was really fun. It was family oriented. A lot of the families would know each other on the block and they would look after you, you know. Hello. So coming up on this block was real interesting because if you get into trouble on this block, believe your neighbor's going to call your mother and let them know that what you was doing on this block. Like there was a older lady she used to always be in the window. I'm talking about she would be in her window watching us. This house right here. She would be in her window watching us day and day, night. It don't matter. She would be in that window watching. So one day I was playing around and I threw a rock and it broke her little window in the doorway. So I didn't know she saw me or what. So she comes across the street and say, your son threw a rock and broke my window. So my mom calls me downstairs and said, did you break this lady's window? I said, no. You're lying, boy. She wouldn't come across the street just making up something. I said, oh, shit, yeah, I did. I'm sorry. Go upstairs. So I go upstairs. 2-3 minutes later, here come the belt for lying. Waka, waka. Yo, tore me up. But the house right next door is my people's, Basil and all of them. Yo, they used to have a basketball court in the backyard. Now, mind you, they used to have a court in their backyard, and the family, they had like a family of, I want to say about 10 people in there, like kids and adults. So the aunt used to be, she was nice and bald too. Their aunt was nice. She had a game. So what she would do was, they put a basketball court back there and they was playing ball. So I used to, yo, can I play? So I would go back there and play. And sometimes I would go back there and play. And I guess because I was scoring better than them or whatever, sometimes they'd be like, nah, I can't have no company in the back. I can't have no company in the backyard today. So sometimes they'll let me come back there and play. Sometimes they wouldn't. But that was, it was a lot of fun playing back there with them. Then we used to go down the block. Now, all these people that I'm talking about that, live in these buildings, we like family because, we was born and raised on the block. We used to play two-hand touch. First of all, we first started off playing tackle. We started playing tackle on concrete out here until one day somebody got hurt real bad, and we stopped playing tackle. So now this is we call each other cousins and family right here. This house here, right? This is Mike B and Chris B, aka Tom and Tom. Yo, They used to call these dudes Tom and Tom. I don't know why. I don't even remember who made that name up. But they used to call them Tom and Tom. And they had a basketball court back here. We used to ball out back here so much that it was crazy. Like, yo, you talk about, now, we damn near family, right? So you talk about playing ball against each other and then all of a sudden want to fight. Take your shirts off and want to fight in the backyard because somebody got scored on too many times or you lost the game and you was talking trash. Yo, exciting times back here in this backyard here. Then also, now one of the houses that I showed you before, the one to the left was an abandoned building. So we had Edith and Tanya used to live upstairs. Karen used to live across the street. Antoinette used to live right next door, right here. And we all used to play manhunt or kiss and catch. So I remember when we used to run into the abandoned building. I was the only one that never ran into the fucking building because I was always scared. I ain't never go in the building because I ain't want to get caught. And you know, I wasn't as big as I was now. I was slim, I was fast, I could run, you know what I'm saying? But I just didn't want to get caught because my house was directly across the street. So you know, what's that mean? Mom, grandpa, my uncle, might look out the window and see me coming out the abandoned building. I'm in trouble. So I was the lookout person on the outside majority of the time. So we used to play that. We used to play kick the can, hot peas and butter. Hot peas and butter, man, to this day, y'all need to know how to play that game. You take a belt, you roll it up, and you hide it somewhere. And when people start looking for the belt, they be like, you're hot, you're hot. You're the only one on the base because you hit the belt. So you stand on base. So you're hot, you're hot. Once somebody get the belt, that was it. Everybody had to run back to the base without trying to get hit by the belt. Hot peas and butter, kick the can, same type of thing. When you would hide somewhere and the person would be looking for you and you'd be like, tap, tap, tap. Mike, you behind the black car. You would have to come out. If it was correct, you had to come out. You was caught. Yo, we had some fun on this block. Played two-hand touch. Oh, the main thing we used to do on this block was every Saturday afternoon after the karate flicks. You would come out your house, slow, everybody walking towards the middle of the street, and you would call out who you was. Because one day it was 5 Deadly Venoms on. So you would come out and be like, I'm the Toad. And somebody would say they was the Snake. This. So now we all in the middle of the street going, yo, we was out here in the middle of the street playing karate fight every Saturday after the karate flicks. We would be out here early in the morning doing something or hanging out, just talking, whatever. But then when that 12 o'clock hit and that karate flick was on, everybody scattered like roaches. He was in the house watching the flicks. So this is where we was at on this block, 225th, man. This is one of the hottest blocks. We had a lot of dudes out here that just, the older guys that was out here took care of us. Winston, Al, Cowboy Al, Mike, across the street, Mike, Daniel Hope, shit, Rodney was around our age, the white folks, Steve, Little Steve, yo, he was the fastest thing on this block. He used to play football. His uncle, I forget his name, but his uncle used to bring him to play touch or tackle football in the park when it was snow up there, Our Lady of Grace Park. So we used to play tackle football when it was snow. He used to bring him out to play, and I'm talking about he was the fastest thing on snow. But if you got a chance to get him and tackle him, but you was taking him down. And his uncle would be so mad. Yo, he's a little kid. Why you tackling him like that? Man, he out here busting our ass. What you think? We gonna let him keep? Nah. So it was a bunch of people. We had, some people was here and then they left. I forget a lot of names, but faces I would never forget. But yeah, man. Let's go down. Let's go down to the park. We here at 21 Park, and back then, yo, this was the bomb. This was our NBA. This was our NCAA. This was our semi-pro. This was our, you name it. That's what it was for us, man. The park, the gym. We used to, this is where we really had fun, balled out, and did our thing, man. So the history of this park for me is everything. Because when I first started playing ball, this is where I used to come, and it just was, you had to really learn the game. Now, back when I was playing ball in 21, I used to come after whatever the season was. So if it was baseball season, you would see me come from practice, then run to the park in my baseball uniform and go and play ball. Sometimes I used to have the cleats on and they'd be like, yo, you can't play with the cleats on, man. You got to take those off. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, every season I would come to the park in whatever season it was at that particular time. Because, baseball fell into football and football fell into basketball, those things. So when football season was over, I used to have to retrain my mind because I used to come to the park. I used to have my football pants on with a t-shirt. I had the sneakers on this time, and I would play. But my mentality at the time of trying to play from coming off of football, every time I was running at somebody to block a shot or to go play defense, I would damn near tackle them, because my mindset was already still on playing football. So that's where that came into play at. So what I wanted to do was I always wanted to be around with the guys because everybody would come to the park at a certain time. So when they would be at the park at a certain time, I was always at the tail end of practice. So I had to try to rush over here. I wanted to get some game time, man, with the fellas. Because that's when it was, back then, you talking about Jesse, Kenny, Farmer, Walt, Rock, Pop, Chris Montague, Boobie. Now let me tell you a story real quick about Montagues. So for years, me and the Montagues, we knew each other. My mom and their mom used to work together a lot in the school system or after school program. And anytime I had to go somewhere with my mom to go take care of medical or whatever, and we had to get off the train, I used to always say, Ma, can we get a beef patty? and cocoa bread? And she'd be like, no, I got food at home. I said, Mom, please, let me get a beef patty and cocoa bread. And it wasn't about the beef patty and cocoa bread. Yes, they are good. Very good. White Plains Road and 226. Shout out to them. And it wasn't about that. It was about walking by the basketball courts on 226th Street. That's what it was all about. That's what it was all about. Then you walk by, you see everybody playing on the square backboards. That's the people that's around your age group. You see them on there. But then you see, I called them the pros. Yo, you would see them ball out. I'm talking about, balling like they was going for a contract. There was one play that I remember to this day. Coobie blocked somebody's shot on the backboard going towards 226, the rim that way. Blocked the shot, came down, they passed him the rock, and he dunked it on somebody and ran into the pole. Yo, my man. From that day on, I was like, yo, who is this dude? Then I had to think back. I was like, oh, shoot, that's Chris's brother. They also had another brother, Sean. Sean was like, all right, now, Sean was like 6'9", had a handle, smooth game. Yo, he was like a Penny, but he was better than Penny. You know what I'm saying? At that time. You had Cowboy Al. Cowboy Al used to come to the park with his cowboy hat, cowboy boots, and the big cowboy buckle. And he would always hide behind the basket, his team would score, and he'll hide behind the pole and wait for you to throw the ball in bounds and creep up behind him and steal it. Yo, good games, man. I'm talking about Kenny. Kenny used to, small Kenny, short Kenny. Kenny used to come down. He was the one that taught me the hesitation move. Yo, I'm talking about hours after hours of learning how to really officially do this hesitation move. He used to come down the court. He was a floor general. He really didn't care about scoring too much, but he bet this, he definitely could score. It wasn't like he couldn't score. He could definitely score. But he would come down, be the floor general, and get to the middle of the paint and hit somebody with that heads. Yo, you used to see dudes jumping out the park trying to block it, and he wasn't even shooting it. He just hesitated in the middle of the paint and then go and then lay it up real easy and turn around and start smiling and running down the court and go play some D. Yo, and another thing too, they didn't play 2-3 zone. Everybody played a man-to-man. The games was crazy. This is back when I was I was so young that to the point where I know I wasn't able to play with these dudes yet. So I would come down and play on the square backboards with all my whole friends, Owen, Gordy, Poop, Cup, Wayne, Tucson, everybody, Mikey, Mike Hunt, Butchie, Drama. JT wasn't playing with us. He was playing on the Half Moons. Greg Rock, Half Moons. Pop, Sean and Boobie, Half Moons. Jesse, Half Moon. Kenny, Half Moon. Walt, Half Moon. These dudes were on the Half Moon, but our age group, we was on the square backboards. And we used to play on the square backboards to the point where, we wasn't trying to lose. We tried to run the court all night long. We had high-flying what's his name? I used to call him, not Patrick Ewing, but I used to put him on. He was the type of kid that you would see on Georgetown Hoyas, if he ever made it to the college. But left-handed Randy had bounced out this gym, out the park. So back in the days, we used to always try to dunk. So what we would do is we would get, first of all, we always said you got to have at least your wrist on the rim. If your wrist wasn't on the rim, you wasn't going to dunk. You wasn't dunking. So what we tried to do was we would get the quarter water juices. If y'all remember the quarter water juices, we used to get those and stuff them with paper to make it, have a little weight to it. So we would come and run and jump and try to dunk. Then after a while, after we got that down, now we trying to do tricks with the quarter water bottle, and we would just keep trying until we was to the point where we could dunk the basketball. So one day, my man Horse, now mind you, Horse was shorter than me. Horse was about, he was about 6'1", 6'2", maybe 6'1". And I'm 6'4". So he always like, yo, Coobie, you can't dunk. You ain't never gonna be able to dunk. So, that always stuck with me, because I didn't have bounce like that at the time. I used to go home and do toe raises just to try to work on my ups. I used to do squats at home. I saw one thing on a Michael Jordan video, on one of his tapes, that he used to hold onto a bar and hang to help stretch his body to make him taller. I used to do that. But this one day, I'm like, yo, I'm gonna start dunking, man. I don't care. I'm gonna just keep working at it. So that summer, I go to Eastern Invitational Basketball Camp. At Eastern Invitational Basketball Camp, there was a guy selling these shoes called the strength shoes. It had a platform on the bottom, and it was a regular sneaker at the top. And all it did was really basically have you on your toes the whole entire time you walking around, right? So when I called my mom, I said, Mom, we gotta get these shoes. So when you pick me up, we gotta buy these strength shoes. I want these strength shoes. They're gonna help my game. It's gonna help me jump. I need them. So my mom picked me up and we bought a pair of strength shoes. So when I got the strength shoes, I used to wear them like damn near every single day to the park. Now, mind you, these dudes is like, yo, what are those? I was like, these are strength shoes. They gonna help work on your ups. You say, oh man, they ain't gonna work. I said, yeah, they are, man. Watch. So I wear them every day. I'm talking about every day to the park. It wasn't a day that damn near went by and I didn't have them on my feet. And this is during high school when I'm wearing these joints. So I'm in the park. Now everybody's saying, nah, you can't play in those. Man, I'm playing, man. I'm down. Am I down or not? Yeah, all right, come on, man. Yo, you better not be playing slow and all that because you got them shoes on. I said, don't worry about that. Man, I used to try to block everything. I would try to dunk everything. I would play my regular game in them, work on my handle, jump shot, all that stuff in them shoes. So when they see me come to the park, they be like, oh, you got your strength shoes on, huh? I was like, yeah, let's ball. They say, all right, let's go. Because now they saw that it didn't stop my game. You know what I'm saying? it actually improved because I felt like I was a couple of inches taller, and it felt like I could jump a couple of inches higher because I had them on. That's the way it felt. But it might have just been a mental thing. So from that, I started wearing them. So now we going from high school to junior college. So junior college, when I was up there at school, I used to wear them, and at every workouts, all the workouts, I would wear them at the workouts, work out in them and all that. So now the school year is over. Actually, I was at Genesee Community College, so I only was averaging like 8 points a game, and I was mad because, in high school I was averaging like almost 20 a game, and, I just was like, yo, I don't want to be here because coach ain't playing me. I'm better than the person that was in front of me. It's all that mental thing that we as ball players always did to ourselves, would think we were better than somebody or better than this person, better than that person, but did not know that you had weak links. My weakest link at the particular time was defense. So me having a weak link on playing defense, that's what, that's why coach didn't put me in the game like I really wanted to be in the game. So when the funny thing is, when I got back home that summer, I actually hit Chris Montague up. I said, yo, this is when he was at Dominican College. It's like, yo, y'all got a spot up there, man? I want to come try out for your team. Tell coach, yo, I'm transferring. I'm ready to transfer. I got my credits. My GPA is good. I want to transfer. So Chris hooked it up, had me come up, play, and he told coach, he's like, yo, coach, he wanted to transfer. So I played with the team. I did what I had to do. I was doing pretty good. One of my old teammates, Desmond Oliver, he's the head coach now at one of these big-time universities. Congrats on that. He transferred to their school because I think he actually went with me to the day I went up there to work out. He transferred to the school, and he was playing. So I was trying to get transferred at the same time. But I guess the coach from Dominican College called my coach, and that's when my coach was telling him, I guess, nah, he's coming back. Not knowing, I didn't know I was coming back. I thought I was leaving because I was trying to transfer. So coach calls me and says, yo, listen, I know how you felt last year. I need you to start working on this, and this. And it's your time to shine. I said, what? I said, all right, bet, coach. So the list of stuff he gave me to work on, I was in the park working out on that every day. My handle, I played one-on-one against Pook. Pook's defense was crazy. Cup's defense was crazy. I used to play one-on-one against them, and I couldn't turn my back and back them down like I was playing the post. I had to face them and work on my handle, facing them. So, I would get ripped plenty of times. Sometimes I just maybe put the ball down, two dribbles to get to an open area to shoot my jump shot. But then after a while, they started putting limitations on what I could do to improve my game. So these dudes would always be they would beat me after we finished playing full court and dudes is leaving the park. We'll stay there a couple of hours playing one-on-one. They had me working on my defense. They had me working on my handle. They had, I really appreciate them dudes looking out and helping me out. So now it's time to start going to the big court, to the main half moon joints. So I'm at the half moons. I'm playing with the big fellas and all that. So every time I get the ball and I go up, I'm getting smacked. I get fouled. My ball. Oh, man, you acting like a pussy, man. Stop acting like that, man. You too big to be calling foul every play, every possession. So I was like, yo, that stuck with me the whole entire night when I went home. So I was laying down in the house, and I'm like, yo, these dudes just called me a soft, you know, that I'm calling every time. Well, they was fouling me. They was trying to strip the ball a lot, but I used to have them hand grips, you know, the joints that you squeeze. So I would do those, and now I'm like holding the ball like, and then I would spread my elbows so that way you wouldn't want to reach, because if I do like this, it might be an elbow in your face. You see it like this. You know what I'm saying? So, so from then on, from that day on, I started doing push-ups every night. Did 100 push-ups a night. You know, even though if it was 10, 10, 10, you know, 10 sets of 10, you know, or I was doing the 20s or whatever the case may be. But I would do my push-ups every night, and I'd get to the park. And every time I played, I don't care what court I was on, if I was on the half moon or if I was on the square backboards, I wouldn't make no more calls. No foul call, nothing. So I would play through the foul. So now it got to a point where these dudes would foul me, I wouldn't call, put the ball down, or, you know, they foul me to the point where the ball falls and I pick it up and I score. It's like, nah. Now it's all of a sudden, nah, it's your ball. We call it for you. So they started giving me the ball after, you know, they would make the call themselves. Like if they felt that they fouled me on purpose, then they would give me the ball because, you know, I wasn't calling no more. So now when I got to the big court with the big fellas, yo, that's when I just said, yo, I'm going to start going through their chest. And I started going up, started hitting them with the elbows. They started complaining, watching elbows. I ain't say a word, kept playing. Every time they found me, like I said, they would have to grab me. I'm talking about grab me and hold me like, yo, you ain't shooting it. It's your ball. So it got to that point, and that all that did for that whole entire summer was get me ready for college. That joint had me ready for college. You hear me? Now you talk about me going to school. My handle was better. My jump shot was better. My strength, scoring off of getting fouled was better. All of this is going on right here in this park. Now what they did to the park is they put track. They put a track up here. There's no kids that come out. It's 12 o'clock, it's lunchtime. There's no kids outside. School's in session. No kids. It's sad that they took the courts down. I mean, I think if they had the courts, there would be a lot more kids. It would be kids in the park. It definitely would be kids in the park. But then also, look, they got a jungle gym or whatever for the kids over there, and the gate is locked, bolted locked. You can't get in, and you can only go in through the school entrance. And what time would you allowed to go in through the school entrance? Until 3 o'clock, and then they close that gate. So you ain't able to use it. But now the park has new jungle gym for the kids out here. It looks, yeah, that's nice. It got 2 sets of them. That's nice. They got swings for the kids. That's nice. But now they went to a baseball field. They put grass up. This all used to be concrete. We used to play football over here. And you talk about football now. That's why I'm walking over here to show you this, because we used to play softball, 21 Bombers. We was junior Bombers. we always wanted to play the 21 Bombers, the older crew, but they would be scared to play us. For some apparent reason, they wouldn't want to play us. But look at this. They turned it into grass. They put grass up. Who's playing in this? Who's playing on this? You know what I'm saying? Who's going to be out here playing? So me and Drama thought about something, and we want to put a little league or a baseball clinic together out here in the park. So whoever wants to join us and help out and coach kids and help with the baseball skills, you know, get in touch with us. Get in touch with us. You know, Coobie TV Network on IG. Hit me up and, you know, let's see if you can help us out. But then you got this here. They didn't have a fence here back when we was playing softball and baseball here. And we had a pool. They didn't have the fence. The grass, it's not groomed, it's not taken care of. So why put it down? If Park Recreations is not going to take care of the park, why put the grass down? Don't make sense. But the football that used to go on in this park, oh man. We had Derek. He was like the substitute quarterback for both teams. Yo, you talking about games? Anthony, he was the electrifying running back receiver that we had uptown, and he would put on a show. If we had flag football, I don't think he'd get caught. I don't know. 224th crew used to come out here and play. Yo, it was the bomb. It was nothing that this park did not provide for you that you couldn't have in this park. Like, we had one of the top delis. Gene Deli, he used to hook us up with nice sandwiches. He always had the juices on deck cold. Yo, there was so many people that I grew up with over here. We went to school together over here. Majority of us are still friends, you know. But we used to come to this park and really like work out. We used to work out. We used to play basketball every day here. During the summer, it would be maybe 2 times a day. Early morning, it'll be an early morning crew, and then it'll be the after 4 o'clock crew. After 4 to 5 o'clock crew come out here. It got to a point where the young ones against the veterans, and we was the young ones. And I remember the team was me, Owen, Gordy, Chris Montague, and I think it was DeWan playing against Jesse, Farmer, Walt, Kenny, and one more veteran. Yo, Farmer used to beat us down. I'm talking about you go to the paint, you was getting fouled. Hard, too. And it came to a point where Farmer came to the basket. He made a power move, turned, tried to go up with the shot. Gordy blocked it. We take off. We run it down the court. I think they gave me the ball. Chris passed me the ball. I bounced past it back to Gordy. Gordy took off and dunked it on Farmer so hard. Now, the day that we was playing this game, the fence, everybody was on the fence like it was the polo grounds. Like it was 155 in the polo grounds. Yo, would come down and he banged it on him so hard, it was crazy. He fell to the floor. He cut his elbow. He said, "Yo, I quit." From that day on, I don't think the veterans really came back to the park and played with us no more. It was all us young ones back. Now we basically, off of that game, we basically took over the park. We basically took over the park. The bus couldn't get down the block. Cars was double parked. Yo, the game was crazy. Cause at that time, that's when Gordy was going to Seton Hall. So they'd be like, "Yo, Gordy playing, go to Seton Hall." Then it was me and Chris and Owen and DeJuan, and we all was like, we all played together in a lot of tournaments and all that. So after that game, that's when we just go at each other all day long, man. It was just sad that the talent that we had in this park, we just didn't have a summer league team with all of us on the same team together. I think if we all was on the same team together, we would dominate a lot of tournaments, man. Because we had a crew. Golf was down with us at times. You know what I'm saying? That was the bomb. But now it's just an empty park. But you'll see. Hopefully we can uplift it by doing some baseball things for the kids, for the community. But thank you. That's my 21 Park Chronicle. Coobie TV!